So let me get this straight. You want me to believe that there is this ranch in Utah where Bigfoot and UFOs and ghosts all hang out? Oh, no, no, no. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying there's this ranch in Utah where some pretty wild stuff has gone down. And you can decide for yourself what you think is going on there. Fair enough. Alright, well, here we go. Located about 80 miles northeast of Salt Lake City in the secluded hills of northeastern Utah lies a 512-acre property known as the Sherman Ranch or Skinwalker Ranch. The ranch was established in 1994 by Terry and Gwen Sherman, who bought the land for their cattle ranch. But things started to get strange soon after they moved onto the property. And I mean really, really strange. And I don't use that word lightly. Like one day they found a 6-foot-tall humanoid creature with black fur standing over the carcass of a freshly killed cow. Then a few days later, they found a bunch of strange tracks surrounding the body of another dead cow. And it wasn't animal tracks and it wasn't human tracks. It was something else entirely. And these are just two of the hundreds of bizarre events that have reportedly taken place on the ranch since the early 90s. So what exactly is going on at Skinwalker Ranch? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The Shermans tried to ignore the strange occurrences at first, chalking them up to isolated incidents. But as time went on, they realized that they were dealing with something they couldn't explain. They named the strange creature a skinwalker because of its alleged ability to shapeshift. And they began documenting the events in detail, keeping a log of everything that happened on the ranch. They also set up surveillance cameras to try to capture any evidence of the mysterious phenomena. Some of the footage from those cameras is truly disturbing and it only adds to the mystery. It shows strange lights in the sky, weird shapes moving through the trees, and even some possible paranormal activity. In 2016, the Shermans sold the ranch to a group of investors who founded the non-profit organization The Further Inquiry Group to study the ranch. And if you think this sounds like a joke, well, maybe it is. But it's actually serious. The Further Inquiry Group has brought in scientists, researchers, and experts in various fields to investigate the paranormal activity on the ranch. They used state-of-the-art technology to analyze the data and evidence collected on the ranch, and they conducted experiments to try to provoke whatever entity may be haunting the property. Their findings so far have been nothing short of astounding. They've discovered unusual electromagnetic fields, variations in gravity, and even some unidentified biological materials that defied explanation. Okay, now I need you to put aside whatever preconceived notions you have about Skinwalker Ranch and listen to this. What if there's more to this place than meets the eye? What if it's not just a bunch of wild stories and hoaxes? Hear me out. There have been other cases like this throughout history that were once considered fake news or outright fraud but later turned out to be true. For example, when the CIA was revealed to be spying on citizens in the 70s, many people thought it was a crazy conspiracy theory. But now we know it was very real. Same thing with the government's involvement in UFOs. People used to be ridiculed for talking about it, but now we know there's at least something out there. I'm not saying I believe in aliens or ghosts yet, but I am saying it's foolish to dismiss these stories out of hand. We should keep an open mind and consider the possibility that there may be more to this world than we know. And that's why I want to share this story with you. Who knows? Maybe together we can uncover the truth behind Skinwalker Ranch and learn something extraordinary along the way. So let's dive into the rabbit hole and see where it takes us. It's important to note that despite the attention it's received, much of what goes on at Skinwalker Ranch remains unexplained. The Further Inquiry Group continues to study the phenomenon and hopes to shed more light on the mysteries that surround the property. While some skeptics may argue that all of the strange occurrences can be attributed to natural or human causes, there are some events that defy explanation. From strange animal mutilations to inexplicable electromagnetic anomalies, there are a number of puzzling occurrences that have been documented at the ranch. The sheer volume and variety of these incidents make it difficult to dismiss them all as mere hoaxes or fabrications. The most famous case associated with Skinwalker Ranch involves the mysterious death of a young woman named Chelsea Jo. She disappeared without a trace in 2004, and her body has never been recovered. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance are unclear, and there are conflicting reports about what happened to her. Some believe that she was the victim of foul play, while others think she may have run away or become lost in the wilderness. However, the perplexing nature of the case has led some to speculate that Chelsea Joe may have been taken by a creature or entity that resides on the property. This theory is supported by the fact that strange creatures have been spotted near the area where she disappeared, and some believe that these creatures may have played a role in her vanishing. Another strange occurrence that has been reported at Skinwalker Ranch is the appearance of strange lights in the sky. Witnesses have described seeing bright orbs hovering over the property, and some have even captured images of these strange aerial phenomena. These lights have been observed on numerous occasions, and their origin remains a mystery. Some believe that they may be extraterrestrial spacecraft, while others think they could be the result of secret military experiments. In addition to these famous cases, there have been countless other strange occurrences that have been reported at Skinwalker Ranch. From hearing strange voices in the forest to experiencing unexplained electromagnetic disturbances, the ranch seems to be a hotbed for paranormal activity. The sheer volume and variety of these incidents make it difficult to dismiss them all as mere coincidence or fabrication. Now some of you might be thinking this all sounds like a bunch of bull. And that's totally fair. I wouldn't believe it either if I hadn't seen the evidence myself. But here's the thing, I haven't seen any evidence. In fact, I haven't even seen a single video of Skinwalker Ranch. That is why I'm asking you to watch the videos and then come back here and tell me what you think. Because honestly, I'm kind of scared to see it for myself. Who knows what kind of dark stuff might be lurking around every corner. But let's take a step back and look at this logically. If there really is some kind of paranormal activity going on at Skinwalker Ranch, then it's probably not safe to go there and investigate. I mean, who knows what kind of creatures or entities might be hanging out on the property. But if nobody is willing to go there and risk their safety to find out what's going on, then how are we ever going to solve the mystery? The answer, my friend, is simple. We need brave souls who are willing to put their fears aside and venture into the unknown. We need explorers of the paranormal who are not afraid to face whatever may be lurking in the shadows. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. But if you are, then I need you to go to Skinwalker Ranch and find out what's going on. Please document your findings and share them with the world so that we can all learn from your bravery. And hey, if you find anything really cool, maybe bring it back with you. I'm not sure what kind of things would be appropriate to take, but you know, maybe a rock or something. Just don't bring back any creepy dolls or cursed artifacts. We already have enough of that stuff in the world. So go forth, brave adventurer, and may your quest be filled with all the answers you seek. And while you're out there, maybe you'll stumble upon some other mysteries to solve. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next Indiana Jones. Just don't get eaten by a giant spider. Please. Before we wrap things up, I want to mention that there are plenty of skeptics out there who claim that all of the paranormal activity at Skinwalker Ranch can be explained away by more mundane means. They point to things like natural geological features, misidentification of animals, and hoaxes as possible explanations for the strange occurrences. However, the believers argue that there are some phenomena that simply cannot be explained away so easily. They cite things like the consistent reports from multiple witnesses, the physical evidence that has been collected, and the personal experiences of the investigators as proof that there is something more going on at Skinwalker Ranch. Ultimately, whether or not you believe in ghosts, aliens, and crypto creatures is up to you. The evidence is there for you to weigh and consider. But for me, I'm not quite ready to dismiss these stories as mere fantasy or fiction. After all, there are so many things in this world that we do not understand, and it is foolish to think that we know everything there is to know. If you're still watching, I assume you're enjoying this video. Well, if you want to support our work, we appreciate any support. Thanks again. Now we have to find out what happens next. You'll have to watch part 2 to find out what happens next. See you next time.